All right, let's talk about a really powerful technique that can help you get back in the driver's seat of your own spending. It's called the 1% rule, and honestly, it's designed to put a stop to impulse buying for good. Let's dive in.
I want you to think about that for a second. That sudden urge, that flash of, I have to have this right now. We've all felt it. But what's the real, actual price of that one little impulse?
Well, the reality is, it's a lot. Those small, in the moment purchases, they add up way faster than you think. But here's the good news there is a simple, kind of elegant way to get all that money back. And we're going to walk through exactly how it works. Okay, first things first, we have to understand the enemy. We need to really define what the impulse buy trap is and, how it gets us. I mean, of course you have, right? We all have. That feeling of buyer's remorse, it's universal. It's like the emotional hangover you get from a bad spending decision.
Oh man, we've all got these skeletons in our closets. Impulse buys are driven by this sudden spike of desire that, and this is the key part, fades really fast once you step away. Retailers, they know this. They've built entire systems from one-click checkouts to limited time deals just to catch you in that exact moment of weakness.
And this quote right here, it just nails it. You can know all the fancy financial theories in the world, but if your day-to-day habits aren't in line, it's pretty much useless. So the key isn't knowing more. It's about building better habits. This is really all about mastering our own psychology. So how do we actually build that better habit? Well, let's get right to the solution, the 1% rule. So here's the deal, and it's brilliance in its simplicity. This is not about restriction, it's about intention. Before you go and buy something that you don't actually need, you just check if the cost crosses a little personal threshold. And if it does, you don't tell yourself no, you just tell yourself, not right now. And what I love about this rule is how practical it is. It automatically adjusts to your specific financial situation. See? If you're earning, say, $40,000 a year, any fun purchase over $400 triggers a pause. If you're earning $100,000, that threshold jumps to $1,000. The rule grows with you. And putting it into practice? It's so simple. It's just a 4-step process. First, you spot the thing you want. Second, you check the price against your 1% number. If it's over, you just wait. You start a cooling off period. After some time passes, maybe it's a day, maybe it's a week, you just ask yourself again, do I still really want this? You would be shocked how often the answer is suddenly no. But why? Why does simply waiting work so well? Let's dig into the behavioral science behind this, because it's pretty fascinating. This is the psychology of the pause. This right here, this is the main culprit. It's called present bias. Our brains are literally hardwired to want instant gratification. We will almost always take a smaller, kind of okay reward right now over a much, much better one later. And that's why the urge to buy something feels so intense in the moment. So think of the 1% rule as the referee in this battle that's happening inside your own head. You've got your emotional, impulsive self that's screaming, I want it now. But by forcing that pause, you give your rational self, the part of you that's thinking about your long-term goals, a chance to catch up and ask the important questions. And what's fueling that impulsive side? Well, a lot of the time, it's these emotional triggers. Come on, we've all done a little retail therapy when we're feeling bored or stressed out. Just recognizing these states is a huge first step in making sure your emotions aren't the ones holding your credit card. Okay, so we've got the rule, we've got the psychology. Now let's frame this with a really cool mental model. Let's talk about your financial Ulysses Pact. This idea actually comes from an ancient Greek myth. The hero, Ulysses, he wants to hear the beautiful song of the Sirens, but he knows their song is so tempting it will make him crash his ship into the rocks. So what does he do? Before they get close, he has his crew tie him to the mast. It's a promise you make when you're thinking clearly to outsmart your future, more impulsive self. This quote just says it all, doesn't it? We all know that willpower fails. A Ulysses Pact is about building a system so you don't even have to rely on willpower when you're feeling weak. You're setting yourself up for success ahead of time. And that, right there, is what the 1% rule truly is. It is not just some budget trick. It's your financial Ulysses Pact. It's the mast you tie yourself to. It's a pre-commitment you make when your head is clear to protect yourself from that tempting siren song of an impulse buy. And now for my favorite part, because this isn't just about avoiding bad decisions. It's about creating amazing opportunities. Let's look at how this one little habit transforms from just saving money to actively building wealth.
This is the big mindset shift. When you use the 1% rule and you decide not to buy that $500 tin, you haven't just saved $500. You've freed up $500 to go to work for your future.
And just look at the power of that. This is the magic of compound interest. That $500, when you put it into an investment, it doesn't just sit there, it grows. And over years, over decades, all those small, smart decisions, all those declined impulse buys, they can compound into some serious wealth.
And that's the real game changer here. You're no longer just playing defense, trying to stop bad spending. You're now playing offense, actively and intentionally building your financial future one smart choice at a time. Every single time the rule kicks in, it's an opportunity. So really, it all boils down to this. The 1% rule is a pre-commitment, a Ulysses pact you make with yourself. It's a simple promise that protects your big, long-term goals from your short-term whims. So the only real question left is, what promise are you going to make to your future self?